This is Kiwi. From his face, you can tell that he might just screwed up his TOEIC test. What you are not expecting is, this man get a fabulous score in just 1 month. What is his magic? How did he do that? I'm Kiki Lin, and let us see how Master Kiwi and other talented individuals conquer their greatest enemies.
The Journey of English!
Mainly about TOEIC and a little bit of something else.
I'm Kiwi Yu, and I'm a junior student from NCHU Department of Foreign Language and Literature. Honestly, I took 2 times of TOEIC tests. The first score was very terrible. I think it may be 880. I was up because I did not prepare anything. And when I got my transcript, I immediately tore down of it. I was very frustrated, and my mind like a stone under the sea. I was very mad at myself because I waste my time and the money for nothing. Sorry. Therefore, I decide to make a plan to get my revenge. And I searched a lot of online resources on the internet and find a girl. Matthew. My dream finally become true. Second test is 940. That reason I'm very proud of my result. So how I prepare my TOEIC exam for this listening part, I will show you. I go to the YouTube and take and watch TOEIC listening, and there are many mock tests, I think, and I do it. I force myself to do it one test one day, and I will listening TED Talk and the podcast. The Cricket Junkie is my favorite podcaster. This podcast introduce many unsolved incident or murder or missing people. For the reading, I reading journals to prepare my reading. And my favorite journal is called Economist, and it is available on the NCHU library. And I will show you how to read it online. First, type NCHU library. And go ban and go the 电子资源电子书，然后 type your account.
Aside from Kiwi, other well-experienced
Hey,
students
Kiwi,
have
can you
their
follow me,
opinions on English
Sure.
tests.
名字叫刘颖志，昵称叫 Mark Liu。
我是童博翰，
叫 Jack， 叫我 Jack 就可以了。
那个台大大气系毕业，
就读于中兴大学外文系大一。
我不是单身。
你之前有考过多益吗？你是考1次还是2次？
我总共有考过3次。
我考过2次。
我不是考多益，我是考。
那你
我总共考2次啊。
我第一次总分815，然 后第二次是865，然后第三次是860。
第一次830，第二次850。
第一次我裸考了，因为第一次好像那时候只是想要拼那个吧，就是拼那个就是系上那个毕业门槛那些。然后第二次我考，我是没破百啊，但我90几这样。
在准备这个考试的时候，有没有遇到什么困难？
没有我没有很有准备啊，说实在。
有，就是我练习听力，就是相比阅读来说吃力很多，因为那个多益它的题型是你是要听完100题听力再写阅读100题，那在这中间它没有休息，也只会播一次，所以有时候我会有就是可能一不小心晃神，我就漏掉一些资讯，然后这里就错了，或是我听不懂他在讲什么，所以我听力就是一直没有改善太多这样。
因为我主要是因为学校那个要毕业门槛要用的，所以我们只要考785就好了。
觉得为什么会导致你这样？是平常听得太少吗？还是怎么样？
是因为我阅读能力不够好这样。
我觉得对，可能是我平常练习不够，然后我就是准备多一点的时间也没有投入大量的时间在听力上面。
题目有点多，所以常常会写不完。我写到后面，其实后面10几题都是用猜的。对，阅读速度也蛮重要啊。这个我觉得就是透过阅读量就可以改善的问题。
那你是怎么准备这个考试的？
我怎么准备考试？
我有买参考书，然后有时候就是会看一些 YouTube 上面也有一些影片，基本上就是写题目，然后看个英文的剧，练习一下听力这样。
有一个网站，它是全部都是模拟考题，它叫考满分。考满分，它就因为它是大陆网站，可能会台湾的用户在用的时候，它会锁一些东西，所以要去载一个类似 VPN 的东西。这个网络上都有，可以去查。这个网站里面有很多的模拟考题，然后我都是做这些模拟考题，就一直做去练那些题目。它听说读写都包含，而且以说来看的话，它也会有其他用户说的那些范例。
那你觉得怎么样可以再进步？
补习或者是买专门的书啊，因为其实我觉得多益没有到很专门啊，它的字其实大部分都是常见的，除了一些商业上的可是那个题目大概写个3次，就是知道那些字啦，反正写一写就会看记起来这样。
阅读跟听力这部分，我觉得以台湾人这种从小到大的那种教育来看，是不会有什么太大的问题。
多益这种比较简单的考试，学历跟我差不多，应该也考这个分数，也有可能更高的。而且8、900也不代表你可以说或干嘛，就是只能听跟读而已。读其实说实在，我读也没有很好，就没有特别有鉴别度啊，对吧？除非那个雅思或托福那种，就是你可以证明自己有母语能力的这样子。
以台湾人来说，会比较决定关键性的因素就在于那个口说跟写作嘛。大一、大二的口训课是蛮重要的。我现在以大四的角度来看，因为就比较少真的练习口说的机会，就是这部分大3、大4没有。然后如果你要不自己去找其他资源去练口说的话，是蛮伤的。写作课我觉得当然那部分有些文法啊，然后有些用法也帮助蛮大的。然后针对听力跟阅读，因为阅读它其实它一次考试就是一个循环，就是三大篇文章。然后3大篇文章，因为一篇文章很长，就是有时候可能会红分，所以那个就是集中注意力这样子。托福的文章虽然长，但是你在文章内都找得到答案，所以要能很精准的扫描，还有一些技巧，就是你要很快速的扫描那些文章，然后抓到关键句跟关键字。然后针对听力，他的口说还有他的写作都是会有听力的，就是你需要听可能一小段的对话，才会去回答那个题目。所以要怎么去融合那个听力这个能力，是需要在你考托福的前是培养好的、训练好的，才去考托福这样。这个部分可以问 Sam 就知道，他好像29吧。
Sam, a close friend of Jack's, also has a lot to show.
Hey, hello, I'm Sam, and I'm now a senior at Chongqing University. My job is a football coach, and I love to bodybuild. Recently, I've taken the TOEFL IBT, and I got 104. Well, I've taken TOEIC, reading and listening, and TOEIC speaking and writing. Well, overall, I got like 845 at my TOEIC exam. I mean, reading and listening. Well, to be honest, I did not get a good grade on my TOEIC. But come on, I mean the numbers, and it is TOEIC. Who care about TOEIC, you know? It's not an exam. It's like games, you know. I care more about these girls than TOEIC, you know? I go to have the TOEIC test because that I need some certificates for my graduation. And TOEIC is cheap. It's hot girl. Well, I mean, you can prepare TOEIC in a short period of time, then you can get a better grades. You don't need any strategies. You just do the mock test. I mean, there's lots of online mock tests. Or buying some books, and there will be lots of masters telling you how to get good grades on TOEIC. So you do the mock test over and over again, then you can have a better grade. So if you wanna have a better English ability, I would suggest you just don't take the TOEIC. It helps you nothing. When it comes to TOEFL, that's another story because, you know, well, to me, TOEFL is not like a practice game, you know. It's an actually ability test. So when you're trying to prepare in TOEFL, you need totally 100% sure about your English ability. It's not like TOEIC. You only do reading and listening. But in actual world, when you encounter a foreigner and you wanna say something or have a conversation with him, you have to speak. You need to speak something. You will not write out what you want to say in a piece of paper and show him, right? So you will just speak it out. So I mean, speaking is the real ability. You should be well at your English, not only your pronunciation, not only in your vocabularies, but you have to know what is English before you get in the TOEFL tests. Am I satisfied with my TOEFL scores? 104 for my first try. I mean, it's good, but I mean, not good enough because expected that I can get like a 107 or 108 because I got maths with my writing. But I only prepared it for about 1 month, so I mean, it's reasonable. I mean, I can take it. Well, but how to prepare TOEFL it's not an easy thing, you know, because TOEFL, like I said before, is a ability test. It tests how you know the language. So when I'm preparing, I mean, there are 4 parts: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. I mean, when it comes to reading, it's all about read. So you read articles from different realms, like science and biology, social, and also entertainment. So you read articles from different aspects so you can get knowledge and some vocabularies of different realms. The most important thing is always listening. Because when you do listening, you need to listen. And when the speaking part, you need to listen an article or listen to a speech, then you speak. And the writing part, you also need to listen to an article. So listening is always the most important thing. And how to prepare listening, my suggestion might be a little bit different with other people because like lots of people will tell you like you just watch some English movie, watch some like series on Netflix or listening to some English song. But to me, I won't suggest you do those things. My suggestions would be you can hear like things or songs and articles from different language because English is an easy language. You can hear the sounds. But when you get to know other languages like Cantonese, Japanese, like I hear lots of Japanese and Cantonese songs when I'm preparing the listening part of TOEFL because those can get my listening ability more and more. So when I listen to the English vocabularies, I can just get faster and know what the author is talking about.
Choupi 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 choupi, choupi choupi choupi.
After hearing brilliant thoughts from different people, we can see that TOEIC may not be the right test to mirror one's true English ability. So, even you get a high score on TOEIC, remember, you might still be down by 1,000 points in real life and got so much to improve.
Yeah.